Hi Alyssa, congrats on a sensational innings and the win. Just how was it to bat out there, especially after keeping for 50 overs? The conditions was humid and hot, as well as the pitch. How was it? Your thoughts on the innings and also how good was Sutherland today?
Do you want me to just summarise the whole game for you? Okay, right. Yeah, look, I think, to be completely honest with you, I think maybe after 8-9 overs with the ball in hand, I thought, what have I done? Thinking we're going to be chasing a big total. The two openers looked really set, but yeah, look, if you want a genuine summary, I thought we did really well to hang in there with the ball. Oddly restrict them to 330, which sounds a little bit crazy, but that's the way it is. But I thought the wicket played beautifully. We played it to our strengths, I think, early, which is straight back down the ground. They bowled quite straight. We played straight, trying to limit our dismissals in that regard, and we're able to pull off something pretty special. So overall, great day. I thought it was an amazing game of cricket, and hopefully everyone really enjoyed it.
Hi Lisa, first of all, very well played. So chasing 330 plus is never an easy target. So how did you mentally prepare yourself in front of such a huge India crowd?
Yeah, look, I was just trying to focus and lock in on the job at hand. I think first and foremost, you've got to get off to a good start. It's probably something we haven't quite done thus far in this World Cup, is to set a platform in the first 10. And I thought, Phoebe and I sort of were able to do that, which was cool. And then to try and drop the run rate as quickly as what we can, back down to 6 and over, which sounds easy, but to do it over long periods in a 50-over game isn't the easiest thing. So, yeah, look, I just thought we managed to chase really well, but I think the start enabled us to do that.
Hi Alyssa, well played yourself. On your innings, I had a tactical question. You said yesterday that it was good that you got a chance to watch the South Africa-India match on this pitch, and you would have seen that pacers were easier to take on. Was that something that you went in preparing, that you have to take on Amanjot and Kranti? Because in the power play you took them down. When they came back in the 33rd over, you took them down. So was that
it wasn't a distinct plan as such. I think Chirani was getting actually quite a bit of spin, the left arm spinner, so she was actually kind of the pick of the bowlers today, and I think we identified that really well and thought if we could capitalise on some of the pace bowlers, then that would be handy, knowing they've only really got 5 bowlers in their attack. Obviously Harman bowled Nova today, so yeah, we thought if we could attack that'd be great, but it wasn't really a plan as such. It was just sort of panned out that way on the day, and I think with the wicket sliding on, it probably enabled us to do that.
Hi Lisa, you said after 8-9 overs you were wondering what have I done, and then after 30 overs also they were going at 6 and over, only 1 down.
Yep.
After that point, what was it like to see Sutherland bowl all her change-ups, which must have been all the more crucial on a pitch like that? Are you also able to pick all her change-ups as a keeper?
Yeah, apart from the one that went straight between my legs, but yeah, I think Bellsy's spell, I think we got our length right in that department. I think we bowled a little bit poorly at times and probably gave India an opportunity to cash in, whether that be at the start of the over or the end of the over, and I think we couldn't really create a lot of pressure, but I think Alana King and Annabelle Sutherland actually created a little bit of a partnership there, created some pressure, created some opportunities, and then Bellsy sort of cashed in at her end. So that was really cool, and I thought the bowling unit as a whole really hung in there, hung tough, and created a whole heap in that back 10 to, like I said, restrict them in a way to 330, which was a little bit daunting, but I think did a great job at the back end, which was cool.
Hi Alyssa, congratulations on the win, really good knock. I wanted to ask, so this is your 6th ODI century, but your first as captain. Did it feel different responsibility-wise in a chase?
No, not really. I think I was just trying to contribute. I think it needed somebody to make 100 to chase down that total. Obviously, you'd probably like 2 to make 100 just to make it easy, but somebody needed to, if they got set, to cash in and have a good day. So, yeah, it was my day in the end. It hasn't been my day of late, but it was my day today, which was really cool. And to get ourselves, obviously I would have liked to be there a little bit longer and probably see it home a little bit more, but I think to get ourselves in a winning position at that point in time was really cool, and I'll probably reflect on that a little bit later and be a little bit happy.
Hello Alyssa, exceptional innings, and basically this is the highest chase target in the World Cup. And if Australia have to bat first, then how much the target you want to put for India?
Yeah, a good question. I think we actually at the break we spoke about actually the last few times we've played against India, we've made over 300. We've put 400 on them in a fixture as well, and so we know we could do it. It was just going out there and doing it under pressure. Who knows what we could have got batting first? You never know what the conditions might have done. We might have had a little collapse again and put 280 on the board. You never really know. So I won't read into that, but I'm really proud of the girls of. That's a really cool start and one for our batting unit, I think, to take a heap of confidence moving down into the tournament to go, yep, we were able to achieve that, let's go again.
Hi, Alyssa, well played. So you spoke about the start that India got. And so at about 20-25 overs, when they were about 150 for no loss, is there a point where you, as a fielding side or as a fielding captain, start to think that if they've got a start like this, maybe there's something in the wicket that's going to help us later on? And at what point does your thinking kind of change to that?
Yeah, I think sometimes as captain you hang on for dear life a little bit and just try the best you possibly can to stem the flow of runs. But I think from basically one of the first over, I thought it was a really good wicket. It played a lot better than it potentially looked. You know, I think it was even sliding on in the daytime, which is quite unique. Took a little bit of turn, so I actually think it was just a really good cricket wicket. So yeah, in answer to your question, I think. I think the start was really important. I think if we got off to a really good start, we could lay a platform and hopefully, go hard at the back end if need be. But we were able to get off to a really good start and maintain that rate the whole way, which I think was really impressive. And like I've said all tournament, I really back the depth that we've got in our lineup. Alana King didn't even get a hit today and she would have been chomping at the bit. So that's really cool. And like I said, our batting unit can take that moving forward and take that confidence with us.